One cool thing that we can do with our for loops, we could do this with while loops as well, is we can nest them. We can create multiple for loops. We can create a for loop within a for loop, or multiple for loops within a for loop. And it's useful for various applications such as multidimensional lists or generating combinations, etc. And I have an image of lions, tigers, and bears. If you're familiar with The Wizard of Oz, just wanted to spice it up a little bit and write a little example with lions, tigers, and bears of these nested for loops. So let's have a list of animals. Animals, we'll put lion, tiger, bear, oh my, and start a for loop for animal. Remember, this can be anything we want, but I'm going to call it animal, that variable, just because it makes sense. For animal in animals, which references our animals list, so it's going to iterate through each element in our animals list. Okay, this for loop will iterate once for lion, once for tiger, once for bear. While animal represents lion, then the next iteration, animal will represent tiger, and the final iteration, animal, will represent bear. So let's print, let's use an F string, animal, and then animal. So we'll see what animal that represents. We are still within our for loop. We're still indented to this level in our for loop. So we're going to nest another for loop for, let's say we want to have some sort of spelling instruction, and we want to know all the letters in each animal. Because right now we have strings. Animal represents a string here for each of these animals. So for a letter in animal, print letter. So we'll see each letter that makes up the animal. So let's give this a go. I've already run it down here. That's a little teaser, but let's run it again. There we go. So we've printed out animal, lion, very first iteration. And then we go into the nested for loop. We're going to iterate for every letter in animal. We will iterate this loop, so it iterates multiple times. L-I-O-N. And then it finishes. So we go back out to our primary for loop and iterate that again for the next animal, tiger. Then into this for loop, T-I-G-E-R. And eventually we finish that. We go to the last animal, bear. Bear, that's where we're at here. And then for each letter in animal, iterate all those in that nested for loop. So I think that's a good demonstration of what a nested for loop achieves for us and how it can be useful. I really wanted you to be aware of that concept.